Merry meet everybody and bright blessings. I'm Lady Leeanna once again for this edition of Wicca for today. And today I've got a bit of a hot topic for you. And I'm not going to only talk to you about color magic, but also candle magic. Because for me it kind of all goes in hand to hand. And you know, I've got a bit of an array laid out here for you so that you can see exactly what you need to be able to do this kind of work. And so today what I've decided to do is a bit of a love spell, a love candle here, which really and truthfully I implore you, do not target any specific individual, but do something that would help promote the drawing of love from someone that is good for you, is similar to you, has the same interest to you. You know, not a specific Joe Blow or whatever. You know, you really shouldn't go about bending other people's will, and I don't condone this by any means or methods. So let me begin by talking to you about the different colors and what they represent. Whereas if you're using them in candle magic, or any magic for that matter, but every pathway or walk within Wicca is different. Some people may have different values on the colors of the candle, but these are mine, and for the most part they're what I believe to be the majority of people's ideas of colors. Okay, so first off, let me take the one rarity within this set that I've got here for you, and what we have here is the reversible. It's a black and red candle, and it could be either red on the bottom and black on the top, or vice versa, but you would usually find it in this method, the black on the bottom and the red on the top. What this is used for is to actually reverse magic set on you by a dark or negative practitioner. Someone that's casting on you purposely. You would send it back on them, and I have a very good spell for that I'll show you in one of my lessons in the future. But it's to set magic back on the evildoer, the one that would wish you harm, so that they would be judged by their own magics. And that's the only way we should be able to do things, because if we set magics on someone, even if they did do us harm, using our magics to get back at them or whatever, then we can expect a little bit of karma backlash on ourselves. So the reversible candle, and we'll leave that as it is. And we'll go straight on to red. Oof. Red. Sexual love. Sexual love is what this generally represents. Could also be a representation of battle and winning in battle, bloodshed. The giving of yourself to another, heart, body, soul. You know, a lot of people say that you can only use white or pink for true or pure love, but that's not necessarily the case. A lot of people do use the red candle because it's become quite standard, you know, especially around Valentine's Day, that your heart-shaped box of candy is in red, you know, and roses are given red and so forth. So, you know, the meanings have really broadened for the color red in this day and age. But typically, I would say, try to keep it straight in your head. Try to keep true and pure love separate from each other, as well as sexual love. The purest of love would be like that of a mother or father to their child, or so forth. And true love would be that love that would come to you and capture your heart, and the man that you would marry or woman that you would marry that would walk with you through the rest of your life. Sexual love is usually to snare somebody of the opposite sex whenever you're wanting to get with them for just simple sex, or if you're wanting to reel them in via sex into a deeper relationship, which would transpire later on. Okay, next we have, let's see, green. This is green. The packages make it just a little bit hard to determine their colors sometimes when they're so shiny in these lights. But we have the green candle. See? Okay, and the green is a very, very powerful, very sought after candle because it has so many different uses and meanings. Green, the color for growth within education, growth within your internal self for self-betterment in any way, form, fashion, growth within a relationship to better the relationship. You could use a love candle of some sort, but the green candle coupled with it would help that, because with your candles you're trying to tell the spell work what it's supposed to do. Money, prosperity, success within business. All of these meanings are very important. A lighter green is getting in touch with your animal spirit. And so you see how important the green candle can be. And, you know, later on for you to reflect back on these colors and what they're good for, unless you're writing them down, you can refer back to the video. But lighter green is intended for attracting your animal spirit or your protective guardians. The deeper greens for money, prosperity, success, growth within yourself, educational pursuits, and acquiring anything of a material good altogether. Alright, now we come to blue. Oh, I got it right this time. Okay, blue. Transformation and changes. Peace and tranquility. Harmony within yourself. Subconscious, deep thought. Good for dream symbology, or to set on your dreams, or to remember them. Very good and deep candle, of course. Generally, you would use 2 shades of blue to help win in a court battle. And you could use also a lighter green and a darker blue. So those are very helpful for you on that matter. Orange, the cornerstone of warnings. To give somebody a warning within their dreams or within their waking life. You can burn this candle while talking to somebody's head, whether you are trying to help them or trying to warn them that that you're angry with them or whatever. This is a good candle. And as a peaceful practitioner, I always suggest that before anybody acts out with aggression in any way, form, or fashion, they always give a good warning. You would use this baby right here, a top #1 candle for giving warnings, the orange. And if you really want to give them a devout warning, you would burn an orange with a red, and you would astral your little bud over there while they're asleep and talk to their head saying, hey, let me tell you something, you're screwing up. Okay, next we have the purple candle. One of my, actually my ace #1 favorite. This is what I call the guide candle. This is the candle that is used to empower your circle correctly and justly for the God system to come and be a part of you. Actually, I look at it more of a contribution to the God and Goddess. A pillar candle to stand here in on their behalf or in their wake. You know, this is what I consider to be the God candle. Also, it could be used for obtaining power. Also, past life regression. You can use the purple candle to delve deeply into the past life regression, although I do heavily suggest you try the blue first. Okay, but generally, the guide candle and power candle. Next is the black candle, which is a power candle. It also represents, you know, peace within oneself, ignorance is bliss. The void, the feminine. The black candle is the feminine aspect of the goddess herself, and a power candle. You can use this candle with the red one on a separate candle, you know, to reverse things. So you can use your black and reds individually, but together to reverse things. Let's see, what else? Also, a good candle for deep subconscious thought. Also, powering your circle, empowering the people within the circle, and drawing down energy. Okay, so the black candle. The brown candle is a candle of protection. You would generally use this candle while making your protections to prevent dark or negative magics from getting through to you, to protect you from dark or negative spirits, anything of that nature. So brown, protection. Yellow. Yellow is kind of a double standard thing here. It can be good or it can be bad, depending on the intent of the practitioner that's using it. Yellow represents jealousy, and you can onset jealousy between people, although I don't suggest you do that using the yellow candle. The yellow candle could also be used to burn away jealousies, and it could also be used to bring about peace and happiness through, you know, whatever method. But peace through happiness, joy, celebration, getting rid of jealousy or unsetting jealousy. Yellow. White. Pure and true love. Can be used for that of the love between a woman and a man, but is more used for purity, like the love of a child to parent, and, you know, also purification. It's used in purification spell works, and you know, always a very good candle for that. Let's see, anything else that I'm forgetting? To light your circle, to draw down the moon, to erect your temple within the circle, you can use the white candles. Very good and very powerful. And last, pink candle, the one we're working with today, and that's for true love. And that's the kind of love between a woman and man specifically. And today, what we're going to be doing is inscribing on this candle spell works to bring about love of no specific individual, but making a love candle that could bring a partner that's suitable for you, a love where you would be a good balance together, and so forth, and aiming like that. Generic, and yet it opens up a very broad world of opposite sex or same-sex relationship for you. Either way you take it, you know, as long as you leave it generic, then it doesn't start ruling out percentages and so forth. You want the one that's right for you. You want one that perfectly balances you. You want one that that will take care of you in the future, and vice versa. And so the pink candle is what I actually encourage my students to use, and it's very simple. For this particular spell work, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need, first off, the candle. For without the candle, you cannot do the spell, or would never hope to. Okay, you need a lighter. I have one little bic with a sun glowing bright, a very cute little lighter. Actually accidental in the way that that happens to be here for this particular ritual, and I just found it after a year a little bit ago. So, okay, holy water. You've got to have a vessel of holy water, because after you've inscribed the spell work on the candle itself, you've got to bathe the candle with the holy water to cleanse it and purify it. And then you want to burn away any dark or negative energy likewise. And that's what your lighter is for. You're also going to need a power oil. One oil that is specifically for power and empowerment, and one oil that's specifically for love. These are for anointing, and a lot of people say you don't need both, but this is the way I do it, and I always have been, and they're very successful. My clients actually like my work very well, so it works for me. So, let's see, and one plate. You want a plate because you do not want wax chips everywhere, and though the pen is very clean at engraving the candles, I mean, it works beautifully. But the wax pieces still get everywhere. It's just the way it is. So, you know, first off, you want to put the name of the person on the candle that you are. Your name, or the one you're doing work for. You put their name on the candle, and then you put their birthday right on there as well. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this candle for myself. Okay. Let's say me and my husband need a little bit more of an encouragement, that we might have been, you know, acting a little frustrated with each other lately. And so, you know, I'm going to do one to help mine and his relationship up. No, because that gets off topic. I'm going to go ahead and do this for you guys. And say that this is for Jane Doe, who is to try to draw the love of her dreams, okay? And I am the professional that's doing work on her behalf by inscribing this candle for her. Or if it's yourself that you're doing it for. And it's good that way too. Okay, so our client is Jane Doe. You're going to want to write in cursive writing, and you're going to want very small writing, because the broader you go, the more the curves of the candle are going to play against you, and you definitely don't want this to happen by any means. So, small writing, and start with the name. This is for Jane Doe. Take it slower and easier than what I am. I've been doing this for over 16 years for this particular spell work. But you want the complete name. So let's say her middle name is Anne. Jane Ann Doe. Okay? So, you know, you've got to have the full and complete name, because everything you put on the candle tells the candle itself, as well as the spell work, who it's doing the job for. Jane Ann Doe. Okay? And here's the dough part. Now the candles that I'm using right here are very large. And, you know, it makes it very easy for me. So if you get the 3-inch pillars that some of your higher end pagan retail sellers sell, then that's good. And by the way, I can also sell this stuff too, but I have a minimum for you to go to for me to be able to supply it to you, and of course the shipping and handling. But Jane Ann Doe, do you see the print? Let me try to, okay, here we go. Maybe this is better for you. Jane Ann Doe. Alright, so that's the beginning right here. And then we want to take and say that she was born on April 24th of, say, 1971, okay? 1971. And we brush a little of this off for now. You know, don't make it real pretty because you're going to get a lot more on there. 1971. So, you have Jane Ann Doe, born April and semi-date in 1971. Okay? And so this is your beginning. Now, if you were targeting one specific adult, and I don't actually condone that, you would actually add their name. You would put a heart down under your stuff, your information. You would put a heart down, and then you would put their name and their birth date if you were going to do that. Let's see. But this is for no specific individual. This is a prayer in your own words, and you've got to be creative in this, people. It's very easy. Your heart knows what it wants. Let it talk for you. But talk to the higher power and say, okay, this is what I need. First, you're talking to your candle, though. And in your mind, while you're doing all of this engraving, you're thinking what this candle is for. You're thinking of who it's for, or what it's doing, who it's bringing, and what attributes you want this person to have that it is bringing. All very important. And so, since I'm targeting no specific individual, I'm saying, Lord and Lady, remember, go slow, because you don't want to get sloppy. You want to be able to read it, because it makes you feel very good about your work, as it does me with mine. Lord and Lady, comma. And you know, you just kind of pray into it. Please, for my heart's sake, comma, bring me the man of my dreams, or bring me the balance of my life. And let's add in there, and heart. Okay? And heart. Now, we all know that the pentagram is the sign of the witch. But we also know that the heart is the universal sign of love. And maybe even with the arrow in it. Get a little bit creative. You're wanting to pierce the heart of the man of your dreams, or the woman of your dreams. And so what you would do is create you a little heart here. And you'd put the little piercing wound in the heart and the arrow blade, as well as the feathers, you know, just a ruffled asterisk on the end of your arrow. And then you're done with the scribing of it. Scribing. Is that a proper word? I don't even know. Is that actually the word indicating writing in the time of old? I don't know where else I got it. So we'll just go with that and act like I know what the hell I'm talking about as far as history goes. Okay? This is a bit of a lighthearted show anyway. I hope you look at it the same. You know, if not, que sera, sera, throw a stone. Everybody does. Okay, so now you know what your cloth is for, right? You want to get rid of a lot of the excess waxes that are on the candle because they're ugly. Let's just face it, they're ugly. Okay? And so you've wiped off the waxes here, and the very next thing you do after you've wiped off the waxes, you're wanting to clean it up with the heat from the candle, but you're also purifying the candle with heat, you know, and with the element of fire. Please cleanse, consecrate, and purify this candle, that all things dark, negative, and evil be casted from it. Let nothing dark, negative, or evil be a part of me, or be a part of this candle. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be. So mote it be. So be it. and your candle is inclined to go out several times while you're doing it, but it happens, right? And so your candle has been engraved, and it's been cleansed with fire so far, but you haven't cleansed it with your holy water, which is your very next step. And you say, with the element of water, please cleanse, consecrate, and purify this candle, that it be made a tool for my use. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be, so mote it be, so be it. And start saying the names of your deities, in the name of Diana, Cernunnos, Isis, Osiris, Green Man, Green Lady, Adonai, Manu, blessed be. And your candle is cleansed and bathed of all that is dark, negative, and evil. Now, at that point, you want to, like, kind of pat dry any of the excess water, and you drag out your power oil. In my case, I'm using patchouli. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it is a patchouli oil. It's okay. A patchouli oil. And you want also an oil for love. And I'm using Japanese cherry blossom for love. Okay? And it speaks for itself. Japanese cherry blossom. But first you want to use the patchouli oil, because first you've done cleaned all the candle of its own power and any powers that it may have acquired through its handling from other people. But now you want to use your power oil to give it life again. Since it's been cleansed, it needs life. And so, in the name of the Almighty Deities, I anoint thee with the symbol of my faith, that you will obtain power and might within yourself to that my need. Please grant me all that I've asked for. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be. And cap your oil, because, mistakes do happen, and this stuff, it don't come out. Okay? And then you wipe off your little finger there. And then it's time to drag out the cherry blossom oil. You can use rose, amber, and things of that nature as well. There are many oils for love out there. In the name of the Almighty Deities, I anoint thee with love, that thou wilt do my bidding, that you will grant me my heart's desire. Bring forth that man or that woman that will balance me. In the name of the Almighty Deities, blessed be. I cry for this love, and I hope for this joy. Say your own words, and be creative with it. But put your heart into it, whatever you do. Because without putting your own heart into it, this candle is nothing. There are two elements within any spell work that are required. And if you don't have them, why waste your time? And that's faith in what you're doing first and foremost. And the will and wish for it to happen. Okay? Now, you've anointed it with your own words and prayers. And you've kept your oils. These oils can be rather devious, if you ask me. Okay, and then you smell your candle and you say, wow, that's pretty potent right there. And then you hold your candle high in the air. And you bow your head, or you lift your head, your hand, and you pray, Lords and ladies, God and goddesses of the air, hear my prayer, and bear upon me that which I ask. Please grant me the love, the man of my dreams, the woman of my dreams, my hopes, my emotions. Balance me. Use your own words yet again. But imagine in your mind's eye a whirlpool of pink, tornadic energy and light swirling down, starting in the air. Imagine a big hurricane looking like sky coming coming on, you know, and it's all kind of pinkish, but it's starting to draw down into a point, and then it reaches the tip of your candle, and it swirls around it, and then it all starts sucking up in the candle, and then imagine it exploding outways with all its star-like energy and power. It's pink, luminescent light going everywhere and just exploding all over the place, but then drawing back into the candle at the end. And then you have a freshly consecrated, engraved, and empowered candle for your use. Okay? Now, like I said, you could use this spell work from all of these other candles, their particular uses and needs. You know, just remember to use the right oil in connection with that, as well as the right candle and the right prayers and so forth. You know, this has been Lady Leeanna once again with this episode of Wicca for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and tune in to another show in the near future. Please leave your suggestions in the discussions below, and rate, comment, and subscribe if you will. Blessed be and merry part.